Hey, it's Mobile Rick, and in this video we're going to be attempting a simple pop can stove. Now, when I say simple pop can stove, I don't mean to imply that soda can stoves are easy. They're actually one of the more complex types of alcohol stoves that you'd make. There are so many different types and variations on ways to cut up two cans, put them together in a certain type of way, poke holes in there to create a jet burning type thing that resembles what happens on your stovetop. And there are so many ways and with so many details that I would like to show a way to do it that eliminates most of the details, just so that you can get the general idea of how to make one and just how easy it can be, because that's how you get started with stove making. It's finding an easy design that you can replicate and be proud of. And once you understand the principles behind that, then you can go on and make all types of stoves. So what we're going to need to do is take two cans and we're going to cut off the bottoms of these so that all you have is these types. And we're going to turn them upside down and we're going to shove one into the other. And once we've done that, we'll have a stove that looks kind of like the top of one of these stoves. We're going to take a pin and poke holes around the edges, and that will be for the burner. And we're also going to drill a hole in the middle of here, and that's going to be where we dump some fuel into the middle. And we're going to need a way to cover up the fuel hole so that it just doesn't become just an explosive mess. And for that, we're going to use a little thumb key contraption. This is the only one that's not the easiest thing ever. Other stoves incorporate like a penny, and I love that design because it really emphasizes how simple these things can be. It involves making a few very small holes here and covering up with a penny, and it just so happens by people who've made many of these stoves and done the calculations that the weight of a penny is just enough, creates just enough pressure in there to create a sort of a pressure stove effect without totally sealing it up. So some of it's too much pressure, then it can kind of release itself. We're not going to do that. We're just going to totally seal the whole thing up just to keep the design simple. So by incorporating a thumb key in here into a screw, a lot of people will just use a screw and a washer, but I think a thumb key makes it a lot nicer to pull it out of there. So you can feel free to make it simpler if you have a bunch of screws lying around. But a simple trip to Ace Hardware will allow you to find a simple thumb key. Now, and this is just two pieces actually. Don't go looking for a piece that looks like this. This is a thumb screw with a very tight fitting washer around there. This is so tight that I can't even budge it. So then all you need to do is match up an appropriate size drill bit, making sure that you cut a pilot hole in there first with a small one, and that should be it. Really the most tricky part is going to be attaching these two, and the way we're going to attempt to do it today is by freezing one and heating up the other one, and obviously letting the heat expand one and cold contract one of these. Aluminum is affected by the temperature quite a lot. So we should, in my experience this has worked, that you'll get just enough distance in between the two that you should be able to shove them together with a little bit of effort. So let's get started.